a second time, fail to kill.
Yeah, he did get 2 more Colossus kills, but he lost so many Hydras. I mean, if anything, I think he should have, at the very least, maybe did a run by, get the Nexus up there, which I don't think he knows about. Yeah, he does know about this because of this Overlord here. So, I mean, at least that would have been a guaranteed kill, probably, because he was pretty far ahead positionally. But his macro seems to be keeping up here. Still ahead in food count now. He's getting more ahead. They were even for quite a while. Now it's 166 over 132 for Cinnabon. So his macro is definitely doing pretty good. He's pretty gas-starved, however. Mutalisk's now out as well. Is that just to do a little bit of harass?
I imagine it is. He might be sick of the Corruptors killing Colossi and then not doing anything, but I think, yeah, these are probably mainly for harass. I don't agree with his choice, quite frankly. Mutalisk's Ling Muta can be a perfectly viable strategy in his EVP, but it's not very good when you're getting this number of Hydras, and the Hydras are now getting another giant surface area as the engagement is on creep. Those Corruptors are doing a ton of damage to those Hydras. Corruption going down on them, and they're falling so fast, and now they're all dead, and all that's left is these Stalkers, going to get completely decimated by these Hydras. And this is quite an interesting back-and-forth game. Both players consistently overcommitting into the opponent's territory.
Yeah, they're basically just throwing armies away at each other, which is kind of entertaining to just see these big epic battles. But Cinnabon is just pulling further and further ahead, getting his 5th base up now. So effectively, he's pretty much on. His natural is still going, so kind of like 4 bases right now. Basically 4 to 3 bases right now. So actually, spiralfall is keeping up.
Technically, spiralfall does have 1 fewer base. However, the base count is even in the sense that you need to be up a base as Zerg.
Right.
You do also as Zerg, you do want to be slightly ahead in food. Typically, your food count will be higher than your Protoss opponents because the Protoss just has these giant, very cost-effective units versus your very cheap, crappy, not cost-effective, but there's so many of them units.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know why Spiralfall isn't doing anything. He needs to be more mobile. Against a Colossus force, you really need to exploit the lack of mobility. He could be incorporating, and I think that's what he's trying to do with the Mutas a little bit, but what he needs to be doing is incorporating more Ling run-bys with all those extra minerals. Another expansion wouldn't hurt. Nidus would be kind of nice. Stuff like that, but looks like he might pick off Colossus here with these Mutas, and that would be huge, because that would be yet another Colossus having gone down, but it doesn't. It does go into the yellow health, though, and I don't think he lost any Mutas. Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think I saw 1 go down there. He's going to walk into a photon cannon, unfortunately, at the almost mined out main. And he just keeps taking these free hits. There goes another Muta, needlessly, so needs to be a little bit more careful. But wow, look at all these Corruptors. These are going to snipe those Colossus very, very quickly. And here we go, another big engagement in the middle. We have Roaches on the front taking some of that Colossus damage. The Hydras in the back now taking a lot of damage. It looks like the Protoss is finally going to start working through the Zerg army now. His macro is just kicking in. Not enough Roaches out there to defend those Hydras. That is a ton of Corruptors. But unfortunately, there's only 2 Colossus.
The Greater Spire is done, though, so we're going to see there are
Sorry.
12 Mutas on the way out, and the Great Spire is completed. So we might be seeing lots of Broodlord and Mutalisk, which is a composition that I haven't seen before, on the way. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get Broodlords out in time to deal with all these Stalkers, which unfortunately do not have Blink. So Broodlords would be quite effective against them.
Yeah, he just needs to stall for time right now. Stall until he can get those Broodlords out. Although he is pretty gas-starved. Sorry, I've been on the middle tab for way too long there, getting too engaged in this game. So many Mutalisks going down just due to bad rallies, I guess. Or out of position Mutalisks. So there it goes down. That 3rd base. Those drones going to go up to this 4th base, or actually this was the 3rd, technically. Up here, there are some Spine Claws up there, some Lings. This isn't going to be enough to hold off this big Protoss army.
No, it is not. This is really bad, looking really, really bad for the Zerg. If this base falls, he's not going to have the income. He's going to have to do something really drastic to try and come back. pulling back a bunch of stalkers for some reason, and now the Broodlords are here, and they are going to tear some shit up.
Look at all those broodlings. That is a lot of... but that hatch does go down. He had left a bunch of drones actually not getting killed because they're too busy shooting at these broodlings, which do not cost anything. They're just kind of like free little units. And he's just going to let the broodlings actually finish them off. Will this last stalker go down to lings?
It's really hard. It's really hard for Lings to
Yes,
no
it
attack
does.
upgrades. It's really hard for Lings with no attack upgrades to kill
Wow.
Stalkers with 2-3 upgrades. That's
Well, the lings have 2-1.
the Lings just got to.
Oh, really? Okay. But yeah, it's kind of funny that Ling had 4 hit points. So rebuilding that the base at what kind of is his regular third, but in actuality was his 4th base, and looks like he's going to be counterattacking here. A lot of Broodlords on the way, and those just do so much damage.
Blink is done now, though. He did start it a while ago, and it just finished as his units died there in the Zerg's 3rd base, and now it looks like finally the Zerg is going to be able to take out this expansion. Finally, he's going to be able to take out this expansion. These cannons might be able to deal with these Zerglings pretty well, but as soon as these Broodlords get in there, if they ever get in there, and not get completely distracted and maybe taken out by these Stalkers, but it looks like Spiralfall now is... Oh, there it is, finally waiting for the blink. Was just waiting for that blink to come in, but he's not target firing well, and these Broodlords are getting a lot more kills than they should have. Of course, he shouldn't have had his Broodlords there. They were very much out of position. He did kill this expansion, almost kill this expansion, killed a lot of probes. Just not enough. I don't think the Zerg is getting enough damage in.
Yeah, he did. He did get a lot of kills with those Broodlords, just because of bad target firing there on those Stalkers. But he those Broodlords did so much damage. It was quite unbelievable. More stuff going on up here. Some Hydras. I think these back. How did those Hydras get in there? Did he just?
It's been in there.
Oh, they've
He went
just been
into
in
the
there.
third.
All right, I was watching those Broodlords for a while. So this game is actually kind of crazy. Back and forth trading blows. It's kind of like a big boxing match. Both players have just been vicious with each other, throwing away armies, really just punishing each other, and the pendulum just keeps swinging back and forth. And he is going to be breaking these rocks.
Income right now is in the Zerg's favor, 67 drones to 49 probes, and only 112 gas income for the Protoss player right now, and 800 for the Zerg, working off of mining off of 3 bases worth of geysers. Cinnabon definitely is not out of this yet. He's just massing Hydras, massing Broodlords. Spiralfall is actually in a pretty dire situation now. The units that he has have to do a lot of damage because he's out of money. He's not getting any income yet again. And all these units in the middle are just dying to the Broodlords, dying to these Hydras, blinking in, trying to target fire the Broodlords. Does take one down, but all that's left is Immortals, and at this point, Spiralfall, I expected GG, and there it is.
Here we go.
Spiralfall pipes out.
So we're going to be going into game number 3 here. Go ahead and click on the next VOD. Wow, that was a pretty epic game. I'm excited for game number 3 here. We're in the round of 4, so even after this we have a best of 5 in the final, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, go click on the next VOD because you definitely want to see who the winner of this round is going to be. We'll see you